Hare Krishna. Welcome to all devotees for this Prabhupad Lilamrt session. Do you see the screen now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
The dream come true. That is the caption of this 10th session. Can anyone guess what is this dream come true?
Going to West, Prabhuji.
Sorry? What did he say? I didn't hear.
Going to the US, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Going to US.
Correct. That is the dream. So the dream is coming true now. So today is a very, very historic event we are going to be talking about. So this happens from the year 1961 to 1965, this 4-year period. This is the 4-year period during which Prabhupada gives up writing back to Godhead. Not that he gives up, he is doing that also. But he takes up additionally writing Srimad Bhagavatam, which he is going to print it as books. Up to now, he was only printing magazines, and he was told that magazines eventually they go to the dustbin and all your precious articles will be lost. So why don't you write instead books, which you can place it in the libraries and the bookshelves of people, and that will be there forever. And more people can read it. And Prabhupada thought, this is a message that has come to me from my spiritual master. And he decided, I am going to write Srimad Bhagavatam. He thought Bhagavad Gita is only the ABC, but I am going to be writing the law books for the next 10,000 years. So I will take up Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the complete explanation of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita talks about Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vrajaham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami. And it says, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mame Vaishi Satyam Te Pratijane Priyoshini. So Bhagavad Gita said, you have to always remember me. You should surrender your mind to me. You should always worship me. You should become my devotee. That way you will come back to me. So give up all other forms of dharma, like karma yoga or jnana yoga or ashtanga yoga or varnashrama dharma. Give up all these things and surrender to me. And I will free you from all sinful reactions. That is Bhagavad Gita. To say this, Krishna spoke 18 chapters. And culmination, 1865-66, Krishna says these things. So with that, Bhagavad Gita ends, and Prabhupada thought that is ABC. You know where Bhagavad Gita starts? Haribol, can anyone say where it starts?
From Arjuna surrendering Prabhuji.
Yes. Sorry?
Arjuna surrendering Prabhuji.
That's, I agree. Yes. Krishnamurti Prabhu?
That is in battlefield only, when Arjuna was not ready to fight with the warriors, then the Bhagavad Gita.
So Arjuna surrenders and it says, Krishna, you are my Guru, and please tell me what is my Shreyas. Yes, Shreyasyam, Nishchidam Bruhi Tanme, Sishyasteham Sadimam Tvam Prapannam. I surrender to you as your my Guru, and you enlighten me. And then Krishna starts enlightening. How does he start? That's my question. Where does Krishna start?
From second chapter, like, he calls Arjuna as an important. How can you be like this? How can you behave like this? This is a war field, and you being a warrior, it's your duty to fight.
How does Krishna start imparting the spiritual knowledge? That's what I mean.
Soul and the body, Prabhuji.
Relating with the body.
Ashochan, Anvashochatvam, Prajnavadamsta Bhashase, Gadasun, Agadasumscha, Nanushocanti Pandita. Krishna says, you are talking like a Pandita, but your behavior is not at all like a Pandita. You are lamenting for something for which nobody will lament. That which will one day anyway be destroyed, nobody will cry for that. And for something that will never be destroyed, for that also nobody will cry. See, amazingly Krishna starts, right? Ashochan, Anvashochatvam, Prajnavadamsta Bhashase. You are talking as though you are a great Pandita. But what foolishness. If something is eventually going to be destroyed and it is getting destroyed, why do you cry? You know one day it will be destroyed. So Krishna is referring to what? Here?
Destroyed about body, Prabhuji. What?
Krishna is referring to the material body. Because it is bound to be destroyed. Anything that came into existence, one day will go out of existence. So it is why a Pandita will not cry. Krishna says, you see this amazing knowledge Krishna is giving. No Pandita will shed tears over something that he knows will one day go. It will go. It has come, it will go. So he says, you are not a Pandita. Then he also says another thing. If something will never be destroyed, for that also why Pandita will cry? He knows it is eternal. Why he will cry? What is Krishna referring to here?
Soul, Prabhuji.
So this is how Krishna starts. You don't cry over something that will anyway be destroyed. And you don't cry about something that will never be destroyed. And then Krishna seamlessly takes you to Dehinosmenyata Dehe Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara Tata Dehantara Prapti Dhiras Tatrana Muhyati. So again Krishna says, you are not a Dhira, you are Adhira. Dhira means one who is grave, one who is deeply entrenched in true knowledge. Such a person is not confused by the transformation of bodies. The soul is migrating from babyhood, childhood, boyhood, youthhood, old age, and die. And same thing happens at death. It enters into another body. So this is how Krishna started from the basic, Come on, Arjun, try to understand difference between body and soul. That is where spiritual science starts. Otherwise, no spiritual science. If you don't acknowledge the distinction of body, soul, and you don't accept there is an eternal soul in this temporary body, then you are not a candidate for spiritual life. Sorry, your time has not come. So Krishna starts there. So we should always remember there is a commencing. And Krishna concludes Bhagavad Gita. And another interesting, Ashochan, right? Mark this word, Ashochan. Don't lament, don't cry. No, that Ashochan. And he ends Ma Sucha. Sarvadharman Parityaja ends with Ma Sucha. So he started with Ashocha and he ended with Ma Sucha. Same word, both places. So he says, don't worry now. You surrender to me. I will take care of all your worries. Like that. But Prabhupada says this is ABC. For Prabhupada, Bhagavatam is complete explanation of what happens in surrender. The Supreme Lord is completely explained in Bhagavatam. A surrendered soul goes there to the spiritual world, and then what happens? So that is called Ashraya. Krishna is our Ashraya. He is our shelter. He is our complete shelter. And that Krishna is explained completely in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavad Gita is like, a bridge that connects you to Bhagavatam and then Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada thought, I should write Bhagavatam. So in these 4 years, what happened was, Prabhupada wrote the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in 3 volumes. And he got all the 3 volumes printed. And when the 3rd volume was coming out, Prabhupada could not sit in India for 1 more day. Prabhupada thought, I was waiting for this moment that I will be armed with Srimad Bhagavatam. Now Bhagavatam will do the preaching. I am simply going to carry Bhagavatam to America. And fearlessly, he set sail on the boat Jaladutta. Disregarding his age, disregarding his failing health, disregarding the fact that he had no followers, disregarding the fact that he has no money with him, disregarding the fact that there is nobody waiting at the other end to take care of him for his whatever activities he is planning. Nothing. The one Bhagavatam he was carrying, he gave him the complete strong faith. And from between 61 to 65, his entire effort was somehow to write, translate, write detailed purports, all in English, and then get these books somehow printed and get these books distributed. And his whole effort was in raising the money on the one side, on the other side, to write all these translations. 760, this is the year 61. Prabhupada is already 65 years old. That is where the story is today. So this is what I'm putting in this slide is what Prabhupada told later on to his disciples. So here and there I'll be putting what Prabhupada subsequently reminisced with his disciples, Sometimes sitting with them, Prabhupada would say, see, now I have come here. And in one, I don't know whether you heard this lecture, Prabhupada's Vyas Puja offering to his Guru Maharaj. In that class, Prabhupada is saying to his disciples, you see, my Guru Maharaj and I, both of us had this great fortune of coming in Vaishnava Paramparas. And we had very early connection to Krishna. So this is available, in the case of special cases where Krishna arranges like that. And so who knows that I would meet my spiritual master and he would take care of my life, take control of it. Same way, you all have come from different backgrounds. Who knew that one day I will come to America? And who knew all of you will come to me and we will meet? So Prabhupada is speaking as though he doesn't know anything. Prabhupada says, you are all the representatives of my spiritual master. And he has planted you here. And you have all now come to help me in my mission. So like that, in one of the conversations Prabhupada is remembering, he says, I planned that I must go to America. Generally, they go to London. He is referring to other disciples of his spiritual master. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, don't think only for Prabhupada, he wanted him to go to America. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was telling all his disciples go to America. So he sent some of them also at the expense of Gaudiya Math. And they would always go to London or Germany, Europe only they will go. So Prabhupada says, generally they go to London, but I did not want to go there. I was simply thinking how to go to New York. I was scheming whether I shall go this way through Tokyo, Japan, or that way. America is halfway across the globe for us. So either you can go east or you can go west. Prabhupada is thinking, if I go east, I will go via Tokyo, Japan, or should I go via London? How should I go? Prabhupada is thinking, which way is cheaper? Look at this. Really, you feel like crying, right? He's going for Lokakshema. He's going for doing good to the world. But he's thinking, how can I go without spending much money? It is not that comfort is important for Prabhupada. How can I go comfortably? He's not thinking. After all, I am going for service. No, he's thinking, which way is cheaper for me? That was my proposal. And I was targeting to New York always. Sometimes I was dreaming that I have come to New York. Now, sometimes in the middle of the night, Prabhupada would be dreaming. And then he would wake up. Oh, I thought I was already in America. This is the meditation of a pure devotee. He's not going to America for sightseeing. No? How can I see Disney World? Or how can I see Grand Canyon and other such places like that? No, he's going there only to execute the orders of his spiritual master. But it is so exciting to him that one day I will go to America and execute the orders of my spiritual master. So this is what is printed in the beginning of this chapter, 10th chapter. Okay, now the original, Hare Krishna, yes.
One small clarification.
Yeah.
Most majority, the sannyasis nowadays,
Yeah.
somewhere they were also going to foreign countries. What they will do? For what's the purpose they used to go there?
No, they all go for preaching only.
Suppose in Chinmaya mission, Swamis, they were also going there.
Yeah.
What they would do?
Everyone go for preaching. Everybody wants to acquire followers.
Okay.
I have a certain philosophy, so I want to distribute it now. Actually, Krishnamurti Prabhu, if you think about the history of India, how the religion of the kingdom was decided, the king would invite scholars of different philosophies. Somebody would be a Advaiti, somebody would be a Dvaiti, somebody would be a Vishishtadvaiti, somebody would be a Mayavadi. All these kind of people, they will bring them together and they will make them debate. The smartest people from various philosophies, they will debate. Somebody who says Krishna is supreme, somebody says Brahma is supreme, somebody says Shiva is supreme, they will make to debate. and many scholars will be watching. And whoever wins the debate, the king will say, I am accepting this philosophy. The king will say, all my citizens will also accept this. And then that will become the philosophy of the state, of the kingdom. So this was the way, not that you go and kill people, or you say, if you don't convert, I will destroy, or if you convert, I will give you a school admission, and all. Not like that. It was debating of philosophies in the presence of the best scholars. And then finally, whatever conclusion that is accepted by the state. Do you think it's a good idea?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, yes.
So this was the system. So naturally, anyone who is having a philosophy, he wants to spread it. Just as, a man and woman come together and they want to expand the family by producing children.
Yes, yes.
Right? That's the way you carry on your parampara. Same way in the spiritual life. If I have a philosophy, I expand my philosophy by acquiring more and more disciples. It's just like a grihastha will expand his family, a spiritual man also expands his spiritual family. So that is the reason they go.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, somewhat I myself confused. So, in what way these fellows were go there and preach, and Prabhupada, without any intention to develop this, he has struggled a lot. So, that is why I am comparing this, Prabhuji. So, yes, because Prabhupada, without any money, without any support, and he has contacted the almost all neglected society people there. This in this past times we are hearing all these things. This is a glorious thing. What are you feeling? That's why I asked my question. This question, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Prabhupada is a very, very extraordinary person, and Krishna was personally orchestrating the events in Prabhupada's life. You will see it when you read Lilamrt very attentively. You will see everything is happening under the direct supervision of Krishna. And Krishna wanted to prove that a pure devotee like Prabhupada needs no assistance whatsoever. If the whole world is against him, including his own financial condition, his own personal physical condition, doesn't matter, his own aged condition, no problem. Nothing will stop him when he has taken up the service of the Supreme Lord. Nothing will stop him. That he wanted to prove. So, see, it is very unthinkable that Gaudiya Math did not support him. That Gaudiya Math broke up. Gaudiya Math had such an amazing founder like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, and they had such wonderful disciples who were all surrendered devotees of the Guru Maharaj. But still, they all fell down. They all had quarrels, fighting. They took one mat each, and Gaudiya Math broke up. So all this is by Krishna's arrangement. So there was nobody willing to help him. And whatever little money he had acquired through his business, everything was taken away. So without anything, Prabhupada accomplished it. So today, if you read Prabhupada Lilamrt, anyone who reads Prabhupada Lilamrt with some attention, sincerely, they will become a devotee of Krishna, without a doubt. There is no need to know Bhagavad Gita, no need for Bhagavatam, no need for Chaitanya Charitamrita. Only Prabhupada Lilamrita is enough to make everyone into pure devotees. So that is what Krishna has done. Prabhupada, just like, we read about Krishna in Krishna book. When we read about Prabhupada in Prabhupada Lilamrit, we will become natural devotees. There is no doubt will be left in our mind that this is the real thing. This is the real.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So Prabhupada is writing on the one side, but writing is only half the battle. Actually, that is not at all a battle for Prabhupada. Prabhupada sits with his pen and paper and it flows. Prabhupada sitting on the one side with Bhagavatam, with all the purports of the previous acharyas. He is reading it and then he is writing contemporary purports. Purports that are suitable for the current age, not only current age, for next 10,000 years. Prabhupada says, this is the law book for the next 10,000 years. So Prabhupada is writing. Writing was never a problem for Prabhupada. But the real problem is how to publish it. Prabhupada, he wants to publish Bhagavatam in 60 volumes. 60 volumes. And who will publish that? Which printer or publisher will come forward without any money to print it at his cost. Who will buy these books? So Prabhupada found no support from the publishing world. Nobody was willing to take up this service for Prabhupada. Unless I know there is an order, unless I know there are people who will buy, or unless I have sufficient advance payment, how I will print? So this is the real problem for Prabhupada. How will I publish? But Prabhupada never wanted to compromise. He did not want to make 60 volumes into 30 volumes or 10 volumes or 2 volumes. No. I will print a parampara publication, full 60 books, or not at all. Prabhupada this determined on that. So which means now Prabhupada has to not only write, but he should also find the money to publish the books. So two things he has to do simultaneously. See, how can you do? On the one side, you have to apply your mind now while writing translation and purport. Completely you have to apply your mind. On the other side, you have to worry money. You have to raise sufficient money to print the books. Otherwise, it will never get printed. Prabhupada is fighting two battles at the same time. He is constantly writing and constantly looking for money. So Prabhupada is thinking, right now he's staying in where? Radha Damodar temple. So in Radha Damodar temple is the place where, all the Goswamis used to meet. And all the Goswamis were writers of books. All of them were writers of books. And Jiva Goswami is the one who not only wrote books, but he initiated book distribution. He sent 3 of the prominent Vaishnava Acharyas. He sent them out. Now you do distribution. He sent the books with them and he said, now you distribute. And how they will distribute? They have to first make copies. And then they have to handwrite, copies. In those days, there were no printing media. So they have to copy. And this book distribution started in Jiva Goswami's time. And this Radha Damodar temple is Jiva Goswami's temple. So Prabhupada was very happy that when he wanted to write Srimad Bhagavatam, the doors of Radha Damodar temple opened for him. He got a room there. And sitting in that room, Prabhupada was writing Srimad Bhagavatam. Under the loving watch of the Goswamis, especially Jiva Goswami, and Rupa Goswami's Bhajan Kutir and Samadhi Mandir, they were visible through his window. The room in which he was staying, through the window, this could be seen. And Rupa Goswami is very special for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. He is the leader. Rupa Goswami is the leader of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And this Rupa Goswami is, in the spiritual pastime of Krishna, Rupa Manjari. And she is the head of all the Manjaris. Manjaris are very young, adolescent girls, servants of Krishna, maid servants of Srimati Radharani. They are in the age group of 10, 11, like that. Very innocent, adolescent young girls. They are group of the Manjaris. And they serve under the leadership of Lalita Sakhi, who is a Sakhi of Radha Krishna. And Rupa Manjari is the head of all other Manjaris. And this very Rupa Manjari has appeared as Rupa Goswami in our Sampradaya. So all the followers of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, we are called Rupa Anugas. We are all followers of Rupa Goswami. So naturally, if we sincerely follow Rupa Goswami, then we can, by his mercy, by his blessings, by the blessings of Parampara, our goal is to one day become one among the Manjaris and enter into the most confidential pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Even Sakhis don't enter, Manjaris enter into the most intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And such a parampara has been established by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, who came 500 years ago into this material world to give the highest blessing to the most fallen souls. Because in Kali Yuga, only the most fallen souls take birth. But for us, he is giving the highest blessing, not only Krishna Prema, but within Krishna Prema, the highest platform of Madhurya Prema. And within that Madhurya Prema, it is the Manjaris who experience the most confidential pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And there he is giving admission. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called Mahavadanyaya. He is the most magnanimous person. To the most undeserving people, he is giving the highest benediction. Who else can be there like that? Not Krishna. Not Krishna. So he is more merciful than Krishna. That is Chaitanya. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna only. But as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is more merciful than Krishna also. Can somebody explain how is it? Why Mahaprabhu is more merciful than Krishna? Yes, Mataji.
Because he's the incarnation of Radharani also, Prabhuji.
He is Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So you can imagine how much merciful Srimati Radharani. So it is Krishna in the disguise of Srimati Radharani, in the form and mood of Srimati Radharani, the color and mood of Srimati Radharani. So he is more merciful than even Krishna. So specially he has incarnated for us in Kali Yuga. Because Kali Yuga people need all the mercy that is possible. So he is not coming as Krishna, he is coming as Radharani. And Radha Gaur Govinda Maharaj. Gaur Govinda Maharaj explains that actually when Ramananda Rai meets Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda Rai meets Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Andhra Pradesh. He is the governor of the southern province. And when he meets Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is asking this question. I see a black form inside you. A black form in a threefold bending form with a flute, I am seeing, but covered with a golden effulgence. What is that? Please directly asking this question. So he, after Ramananda Rai, is Visakha Sakhi, right? He's seeing Krishna deep inside Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and covered over by the form and effulgence of Srimati Radharani. So that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we need that kind of mercy. We are so much fallen. So Krishna has come with all the mercy possible in the mood of Srimati Radharani to deliver all of us. So we should somehow not miss this opportunity. So rare. It comes once in the day of Brahma. Once in the day of Brahma. One day of Brahma is not like our one day. One day of Brahma is 1,000 Chaturayugas put together. That is one day of Brahma. So, okay. So, Prabhupada was thinking, Goswami books are all lying here in Radha Damodar temple. Original books in the hand of the Goswamis. They are lying here. Nobody is distributing. Nobody is reading. They are simply sitting and deteriorating in the temple. And similarly, my Guru Maharaj, there is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and other such books. They are also lying here. Nobody is interested. And so, Prabhupada's God brothers, they were also asking him, why are you doing this fruitless job of writing the whole Srimad Bhagavatam again? It is already there. All the acharyas have written purports. Why do you start this? With that only you do your preaching work. You are so much spending your time. You are old also. But Prabhupada is convinced. Guru's order. Write in English. That is the order of the Guru. Write and print and publish in English. So Prabhupada decided, this is what my Guru wants. So nobody wants him to write this book, but he is writing. Imagine, 60-volume book. The ordinary people are not asking. The politicians are not asking. The economists are not asking. The businessmen are not asking. Nobody in the world is asking. His disciples are not asking. God brothers, no. But still he wants to write that book. This is the steadfastness, determination of a pure devotee of the Lord. So no commercial publishers wanted to publish. So they are saying, no need, we have other books to publish. Sorry, we are not interested in your Srimad Bhagavatam. They are also not encouraging. But Prabhupada wanted this parampara presentation. When there were no sponsors, he has to go around raising donations and people are not giving also. So Prabhupada approached Hitsaran Sharma of Radha Press. This Hitsaran Sharma is also the secretary of Dalmia, a very wealthy businessman and also a philanthropist. But Hitsaran Sharma told him, Prabhupada, that Dalmia will not give you money directly. His trust is functioning on some different principles. If you say you finance my printing, he will not give you money. And then he directed him to go to Gorakhpur. Do you know Gorakhpur? How many of you know Gorakhpur? Yes, Suma Mantaji, can you? Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati. Yes, press.
Gita Press, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So, in every place you go, you'll find this Gita Press publication, right?
And we
also,
get it for just 5 rupees, Prabhuji, there.
yeah, many times they give free also. And 1 rupee, 2 rupee kind of price, they give big, big books. And that way they have preserved the scriptures of India. Many, many ancient scriptures they have preserved like that. And they have also translated them. And Hanumandas Podar, who was the proprietor, was a prolific writer also. And he was a great devotee of Radha and Krishna. So H.R.M. Sharma sent him there. And so he went to Gorakhpur all the way. Now here is some interesting detail. Srila Prabhupada was almost bankrupted by traveling between Delhi and Gorakhpur, which is about 450 miles from Delhi. You know where is Gorakhpur located?
Uttar Pradesh, Prabhuji. Uttar Pradesh.
In
Uttar Pradesh.
Where in Uttar Pradesh?
Near to Punjab and
No,
No, it is not near to Punjab.
It is almost like a gateway to Nepal.
Hmm.
Almost at the, very near to Gorakhpur, it is Nepal. So Gorakhpur is a place, where there is a lot of business taking place. People from Nepal buying from here and taking it, like that. A lot of money exchange, all that is going on at that border, Gorakhpur. And Gorakhpur is today famous for one more thing. Gorakhnath was a great Siddha. 18 Siddhas, one of them is Gorakhnath. In Tamil, they call him Gorakha Siddha. His big temple is there. He is considered to be an incarnation of Lord Shiva only. That big temple is there. And the administrator of the temple, you all know actually. I have met him there also as administrator. Any guess?
Prabhuji, is it Yogi Adityanath?
Yes. He is so popular in Gorakhpur, and this was all before he became chief minister, etc. People will come with their problems to him directly to the temple only. He will be sitting in the temple in a very simple room. I have personally received prasadam from him also. Very, very simple person. Very, very soon afterwards, he became a chief minister. But he was so very humble. So that is one more reason why Gorakhpur should be famous today. It's such an amazing place, and he has done such amazing work there, maintaining huge goshalas and doing a lot of charity work, serving the people like that. And we must all be so happy that this Monday, the dream of everyone, that Ram temple,
Ram Janmabhoomi, Ayodhya.
the very Janmabhoomi of Ram, the temple is rising, and something unthinkable that in India it is happening. It can happen in America, but in India it is happening is something very unthinkable. Our own politicians have been so much atheistic. They have their hidden agendas, and with the help of British also from the time of independence, either in the name of secularism or in the name of minorityism, whatever it is. But our Hindu religion has been thoroughly suppressed all these years. But somehow now the time is coming up that people are at least questioning, who is this Ram? Why there is so much talk about Ram? The whole world must be looking up, And you don't know about this. There are a whole lot of scholars and educationists and all these people with hidden agenda. They have mistranslated Ramayana. They have misrepresented Ram in so many ways. So many people who are having departments in the various universities in the Western world, their only purpose is to degrade Hinduism. They have a Hindu department. The purpose is to degrade Hindu department. They say we translate Hindu texts, the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Puranas, the Itihasas, but their aim is to do it in such a way that nobody will respect Hinduism. They want to show Hindus as pantheists. They worship so many gods. Hindus don't have one god. They have so many gods. They worship idols. All this nonsense they are spreading. So now there is a time, when officially the government of India is opening a temple of Lord Ram, and there is so much fanfare, the airport is coming, a whole lot of facilities are coming. The whole world cannot now ignore. They will want to know, who is this Ram? I want to know more about him. Out of curiosity, they may come. Out of curiosity, they may learn something. Like that, a whole window of opportunity is opening up for spirituality. Actually, very nicely, they are saying, now India is going to open up as a spiritual tourism center. How many places are there in India for a spiritual tourist? The Janmabhoomi of Krishna, the Janmabhoomi of Ram, how many other places, Varanasi, places like the Jagannath Puri, Dwarka, unlimited places are there. So this will make India vibrant as a spiritual capital of the whole world. Not only India can become wealthy, but at the same time, India can become wealthy by proper means. India is a karma bhumi. India is meant to disseminate spiritual knowledge to the whole world. And that is by the Lord's arrangement, something good is happening. And I think all of us should rise to the occasion. We should do our best to share this knowledge, distribute this knowledge in all humility. See, when Ram was building the bridge to Lanka, even a squirrel helped. No, that the squirrel did not think, oh, people like Hanuman, Nala, Neela, Jambavan, they are helping. Who am I? Let me sit in a corner and watch. No. He was also trying to do. And how much Krishna was pleased with that squirrel. Till today, we say the marks on the back of the squirrel is actually the Lord putting his palm on the back and, patting him on the back for this amazing work he did. Also, Ram told Hanuman, don't think the work of the squirrel is insignificant for me. If I want to cross over to Lanka, do you think I need a bridge? Or if I want to kill Ravan, from here only I can launch my arrow and I can. So don't think as Hanuman you are doing me big service and squirrel is doing small service. No, I am giving you service as an opportunity. Whatever resources you have, I am giving you an opportunity to use it to serve me. So the God, how God gives his love to us by giving service opportunities. This is the mercy of the Lord. And by taking up those service opportunities, we connect with God. This is the way to connect with God. We have to look for service opportunities, what the Lord is offering, and we should wholeheartedly we should accept it. And that's what we learn. So now we see, had it been a different government, we would even be afraid of going out in the street with a religious symbol on our face, because they will say in the name of secularism, nobody should go to office wearing a religious symbol. They will even ban somebody wearing a dhoti. They may associate dhoti with Hinduism. If you put something on the forehead, they may say this is Hinduism. If you keep a shikha, they will say you are displaying your religion. This is the direction in which we were heading till today. You are not supposed to exhibit any of your religiosity publicly. At the same time, there will be so much propaganda going on to convert people into other religions. So, but Ramayana or Mahabharata is the treasure of the whole world, and it is available here in India. So the whole world is waiting to receive it. And that is in that mood only Srila Prabhupada is going. But anyway, so Prabhupada became bankrupted. He had 130 rupees when he started to Gorakhpur. But by the time he reached Lucknow, it had become only 57 rupees. From Lucknow, he again spent a few more rupees to go to Gorakhpur. And from Gorakhpur to reach the house of Podar, he spent 62 paisa. All these details are available to us today. How? Thanks to the meticulous diary that Prabhupada always maintained. All these diaries are now available with the loving devotees of Srila Prabhupada, and they made books out of these diaries. The contents of these diaries, the spiritual man's diary. All these things are. So from there we come to know all that Prabhupada had with him was 130 rupees. Then he went to Lucknow, then he went to Gorakhpur, then he went to the ashram of Podar, and Podar supported him. After seeing the manuscripts, he said, it's very good, and he gave 4,000 rupees. Then Prabhupada came back, work started in Gita Press, Radha Press, sorry. In Radha Press, the printing first started. Then Prabhupada did not like the font size. He said, font is too small. I want a bigger font. But then Radha Press was not having more than 12 font. Prabhupada wanted a bigger font. So the work went to OK Press. And the work was done at OK Press. Prabhupada would go there regularly, taking the printouts and proofreading, giving corrections, recorrection, re-correction, re-correction, like that. It was going on the one side. On the other side, Prabhupada had to buy the paper and give her printing. So he would sometimes come in rickshaw carrying the paper. Sometimes there is less paper, he will carry by hand. Sometimes he will send somebody to carry the paper, etc. All this was going on in a very busy locality. These presses are located in a busy locality. And there are all kinds of people milling around, so much crowd. In that crowd, one saffron man. here and there, here and there. He's wandering, very busy on his foot. He's going here, there, and all these things. And ultimately, after 4 months, the first volume of 3-volume set, first canto, 3-volume set, first volume was printed. And that went to binder. And at the same time, the dust jackets, you know what is dust jacket? In your Bhagavatam, you will see, no, the upper cover can be removed, no, from the bound volume, the upper cover, that's called dust jacket. That jacket was designed by Srila Prabhupada, and it was executed by a Bengali artist called Salil. And that is the covering of that book that was printed by Hitcharan Sharma of Radha Press. So 1,000 copies were printed, and that went into the cover the books. And if you see this cover, and you should remember, this was designed by Srila Prabhupada personally. How much attention Prabhupada is given to that dust jacket. You can see Mahavishnu lying in his castle ocean, and you can see so many planets are coming out. You can see the spiritual planets coming out, and in each of the spiritual planets, Vishnu in a different form is there. And then you see the material planets coming out, and you see also the highest planet of Goloka, where Radha and Krishna are there in a lotus flower. All these details in a blue background that was designed by Srila Prabhupada and executed by the Bengali artists. And this is, till date, we are having that same cover. How many of you have seen this?
Yes, Prabhuji, same Prabhuji.
You
Yes,
have-
Prabhuji.
Yes, really.
Yeah, now you can go back and appreciate it more. It was personally designed by Srila
Yes,
Prabhupada.
Prabhuji. We didn't know that, Prabhuji.
See, he's struggling with so many things. But same time, his attention to detail never wavered. He wanted that perfection. No money, but he's not compromising on anything. So Hitcharan Sharma is recollecting the Radha Press man. Swami was going here and there, impatient, angry, pressing. He would tell Hitcharan Sharma, "Oh, Sharma, you have let me down. Why you have not taken up my job?" Sharma will say, "Sorry, another cash customer came. Prabhupada is credit customer. No money. But somebody came with cash. So I prioritized that job." Prabhupada would become very angry. "How can you do that? I am relying on you. You are delaying my work." Like that. There was so much pressure he was putting on Hitcharan Sharma. And on the other side, OK Press, OK Press also, Prabhupada started directly dealing with them because he thought Hitcharan Sharma is not seriously executing his job. So he said, "Okay, I will deal with OK Press myself." And Prabhupada went there, and again, sitting on their head, he would push them. In all these things, how many days Prabhupada had taken prasadam, we don't know. Like you remember last week we spoke, one of the printers, he said, Prabhupada would come, I would ask him, "Did you have your prasadam?" He will say, "That's not important." Then I will order something for him and I will make him sit there. Prabhupada will be starving, but that's not important for him. Whether he is starving or eaten, it's not important for Prabhupada. This work is for us, for all the fallen souls which are struggling in this material world. Prabhupada's priority is that. Prabhupada is already God man. He's a man of Krishna. For him, no problem. Whether he eats or not important for him. But for all these fallen souls, the service is important. So that is the mood of Prabhupada. So eventually the volumes were printed and delivered in installment. Prabhupada, as much as Prabhupada would sell and deposit the money with the printer, that many more books will be released to Prabhupada. Like that, Prabhupada would take lots. And these books were stacked in Prabhupada's room in Chippiwada, the Radha Krishna temple upstairs. That is where his room was. The books were stacked. And Prabhupada was looking at these books and he was getting confidence. Oh, now Bhagavatam is there. I can now take these books to America. But only one volume, first 6 chapters or something. The rest of it is still left. And Prabhupada wanted reviews to be printed. So he went to Dr. Radhakrishnan. He got interviewed. He met Radhakrishnan. And he showed the book. Radhakrishnan took a copy. And Hanuman Das Podar of Gita Press, he also gave a nice review. And like this, for getting reviews also, who will go? Prabhupada will go personally. Every time. By foot, by rickshaw, something. Prabhupada will go and give them the book and wait for a review like that. And then Prabhupada personally visited libraries, universities and schools in Delhi to sell the books. See, he has so painstakingly written the books, got the paper and all that, got it printed. He did all the proofreading. Finally, books are here. And now he's going to sell them also. Who will sell them? Who is coming, waiting? Prabhupada knocking the door. Please give me a book. Please give me 10 books. Please give me 100 books. Who will come? Nobody wanted these books. Prabhupada is pushing them. And by walking on foot, 40 schools in Delhi took his books. Personally, he went to 40 schools. And the Department of Education, Prabhupada approached, and they took 50 copies. In the initial stages also, Prabhupada approached them. I am printing Bhagavatam for the first time in English, and this is a book needed by the whole world. Please support me. Department of Education said, not our priority. But now, ultimately, Prabhupada, by his own effort, he has brought the books. They took 50 copies. Prabhupada said, why did we take? For all the schools in India, whatever schools are under your control, why didn't you give? You go and market. We'll take 50 copies. Some schools in Delhi or something they would have placed. For many other people, Srila Prabhupada, even these 50 books that Department of Education took, you know what they did? They gave 50 addresses to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada personally mailed all the 50 books to the 50 schools. You know, if you go into the details of Prabhupada's life, you can only cry. You know, you can superficially talk about the struggles of Prabhupada. But if you go into the minutiae, if you go into daily life of Prabhupada, how each and every activity Prabhupada did, you cannot but cry. You know? Imagine among his busy schedule, mailing 50 books to the schools that Department of Education ordered. Anyway, US Embassy took 18 copies for themselves. So like that, initially Prabhupada had some brisk sale, but then sales slowed down. Eventually it all slowed down. And Prabhupada was not having enough money for the second volume. So he, on the one side, writing the second volume, that is going on. He has not stopped. While first volume is printed and distributing, he is also writing the second volume. Translation, purport writing is going on. But how will he print it? No money is coming. First volume itself is not sold, lying there. How to print second? How to print third? So Prabhupada thought, I'm old. It may take 20 years. How will I live that long to get them printed? So here there are some comments from the book. I am just putting it here. So many people were involved in the production of the book, but only Prabhupada experienced the successes and failures of this venture. He is holding the book in his hand and it is giving him so much thrill. But as far as others, no one was eager to see him writing or producing the books. Nobody wanted. Nobody in their wildest dreams, they thought, oh, this Bhagavatam is needed. I want to read Bhagavatam. No, nobody in the whole world wanted. Only Prabhupada wanted. So nobody was asking, Prabhupada, why don't you write this book? Why don't you write fast? This book should come. The world needs it. Neither the printers, nor the economists, nor the sociologists, nor the industrialists, nor the politicians, or the common people. Nobody was eager for the book. Only Prabhupada was. So when this book was there, Prabhupada felt so much thrill, so much bliss in his heart, which Krishna was pumping. So Prabhupada felt bliss and assured that Krishna is pleased. When Krishna is pleased, you feel bliss in your heart. That bliss Prabhupada experienced. You remember in Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva is unhappy. After he completed the purpose of his incarnation, he is unhappy. Does anybody know why Vyasadeva was unhappy?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. He has not written the glories of the Lord and his devotees, Prabhuji. He has
Exclusive.
not glorified the
He
Supreme
had
Lord.
glorified the Lord. In all the Vedas and Upanishads and all, he had glorified, but not exclusively. He was doing some glorification of the Lord. Then he's glorifying karma, glorifying jnana, glorifying yoga, like that, and glorifying demigods. Exclusively glorifying the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, he had not done. And he was feeling dissatisfaction. He thought, I incarnated for this purpose of writing the Brahma Sutra, of writing the Puranas, of compiling the Vedas. I have done. Why am I not feeling happiness? Here, Prabhupada is feeling bliss. Why? Krishna is directly pleased. Because this is glorification of Krishna. And Vyasadeva is not pleased. Why? Because Krishna is not pleased. When Krishna is pleased, you become pleased. So every move of Prabhupada was so much pleasing to Krishna. And that's why he was giving him all support invisibly to Prabhupada to carry on. Can anyone carry on like this for 65 years? Struggling with no results, no appreciation, no recognition, no support? Prabhupada could do. That's because Krishna is there from within. Sarvasya chaham hridisannivishto mataspada jnanamapo. Krishna is sitting inside and showering bliss on Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada's frustration was also transcendental and there was pleasure. And his will strengthened and Prabhupada continued one an army. So Prabhupada felt after seeing this book, even if someone will read one page of this book, will take part in Chaitanya's mission. What is Chaitanya's mission?
Nama Sankirtan.
Hari Bol.
Nama Sankirtana.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chaitanya's mission is Nama Sankirtan. So Prabhupada wants, through this book, what should happen?
Nama Sankirtan.
Nama Sankirtan.
Nama Sankirtan.
That's all. The whole mission of ISKCON is to propagate Nama Sankirtan. The last final shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, does anybody know?
Hare Krishna is Prabhuji.
Yes.
Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkha Shamanastam Namami Harim Param. Hare
Hey,
Krishna.
thank you, Maraji. Please, can you translate?
That is the only Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. So the Nama Sankirtanam is the only thing that can, what to say, Prabhuji?
Yes.
The sin, wash off the sins.
Remove the
Destroy
sin wash.
all the sins of this universe. Sarva
And
Papa
all-
Pranashanam. Pranamo Dukkha Samanam. What is that?
And all the miseries of the world.
Ah.
I'm not sure, Prabhuji,
Yes,
because
correct.
Just by
Offering
saying
pranama.
addition.
By offering pranama to this holy name,
Dukkha Shamanam.
all
All
miseries.
the miseries will be washed away.
Then last line.
Tam Namami Harim Param. The
Ah.
Supreme Lord is the only shelter.
Yes, so we talk about Nama Sankirtanam in the beginning. Whose Nama Sankirtanam comes in the last line?
The Supreme Lord, Prabhuji.
And Pranamo Dukkha Samanam. Pranam to whom? Last.
Tam Namami Harim Param.
Ultimate,
Harim
absolute.
Param.
Hari Para, Hari.
Nama Sankirtanam, this Pranamo, all these things are to Hari only. And by doing it, all sufferings will be destroyed, all sinful reactions will be destroyed. Suffering means sinful reaction, that's all. So Pranamo Dukkha Shamanam and Sarva Papa Pranashanam is essentially the same thing. And that is how Srimad Bhagavatam ends. And that is the mission with which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu incarnated. So the end of Bhagavad Gita we already saw is Srimad Bhagavatam. And the end of Srimad Bhagavatam is Mahaprabhu's incarnation. So Chaitanya's mission, Prabhupada, even if you read one page, because Prabhupada gave a big introduction, in Bhagavatam to Chaitanya's life story only, biography of Chaitanya. So he wanted Chaitanya. So please understand, whatever ISKCON is doing, whatever Gaudiya Acharya is doing, they want you to chant, they want you to sing Harinam. That is the goal of ISKCON. That everybody should come to the platform of chanting the holy name and singing the holy name in the association of devotees. That's the purpose. The whole universe will become purified. The other day, somebody was reading a quote in the Madhura Mahotsav. I hope most of you would have participated in Madhura Mahotsav. 3 days in Chennai.
Yes, Prabhuji, we listen to the.
Raise your hand.
Prabhuji, yes.
Whoever joined for even a short while, please raise your hands. Two, three.
I joined Prabhuji on the last day afternoon.
Oh, good. You
My-
came to the temple?
Yeah, I went to the temple, Prabhuji, in the afternoon from the office, lunchtime.
Okay. Oh, very good. Very good. Okay. So, thank you. So, this one of the quotations that was read out was how Nama Sankirtanam purifies the whole creation. The scripture says when they sing and they dance, Sankirtanam means singing and dancing. When every time they jump, the devotee jumps, and every time his lotus feet touch the ground, the earth is purified. As they jump, as they touch the ground is purified. Because their hands are raised upward, the whole heavenly planets are purified. By the raised hands, heavenly planets. And as they glance around, all the directions are purified. So this is the way Sankirtanam purifies the whole universe. So Maharaj was saying, don't think that this Sankirtanam which is happening within this temple is only purifying this atmosphere. No, it is purifying the whole universe. And that is the power of Nama Sankirtanam. And only Nama Sankirtanam can deliver the people of this fallen age of Kali. And we are all creatures of Kali. And we are all so fortunate that we get this chance to enter into Chaitanya's mission of Nama Sankirtanam. And Prabhupada is thinking, through this book, I will canvas more people for Nama Sankirtanam. So that's what Prabhupada is thinking. And they will become convinced of spiritual life. By distributing more books, more people will gain. How a Vaishnava is paradukha dukhi, you can see. He's only thinking how to remove the suffering of the people of this world. How to remove the suffering of the people of this world. This is a true Vaishnava, paradukha dukhi. And more reviews came. Bon Maharaj, his own god brother, UP governor, and Bhakti Sarang Maharaj, another god brother. Dr. Zakir Hussain was a president. All these people gave very nice reviews of Prabhupada's books. Prabhupada was happy, but not good enough, because Prabhupada wants not appreciation. Prabhupada wants money to print his books. He has to go to America. He needs money to print. So Srila Prabhupada felt impelled to praise Krishna and describe him in more and more volumes. Prabhupada wants to write more volumes in praise of Krishna, 60 volumes of praise of Krishna. So Prabhupada doesn't want to reduce. He wants to print more and more. But that means the money has to come from him. So Prabhupada again returns. First volume is done. Second volume to write, goes back to Vrindavan, sits in Radha Damodar temple. Inspiration from Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, other Goswami. He writes intensely for many months. After sufficient pages are there, again he comes to Delhi for printing. First volumes are still not sold, but he wants to print the second volume. He got some donations this time also. Somebody gave a 7,000 rupees donation. Many people were impressed by seeing the first book. And Prabhupada also got very much encouraged that people are appreciating. The educated people are appreciating. The academia, the scholars, they are appreciating. So Prabhupada said, definitely this book will change the world. So by showing first volume, he was seeking donations for the second one. And Prabhupada wrote, even though Bhagavatam is most appreciated by Paramahamsas, but even worldly men, if they read, they will get remedy for the material disease. Material disease means misidentification with the body as the self. That is the material disease. You will get freedom from that. So, second volume printing started in early 1964. How old is Prabhupada now?
68.
Yeah. You have to add 4. To the year, you add 4 and you will get the age of Prabhupada. 1968. 4 means 68 years old. And only the second volume is starting. How many volumes Prabhupada wants?
16, Prabhuji.
60. 60.
60. Okay, Prabhuji.
Second volume starting. Second volume. And most copies of volume 1 is still lying unsold. If you are in that position, how much discouraged you will become. But not Prabhupada. So finally, Bhagavatam is incarnating in the English language. Srila Prabhupada wrote in one article in Back to Godhead at that time, people are seeing me and thinking, I am a saffron man, but I am behaving like an ordinary worldly man. You know, where this Jama Masjid and a whole lot of shops, printing presses are there. Prabhupada is moving here and there, very busy, carrying paper here, paper there, taking some money here, paying some money here. They think, oh, he's sannyasi, but he's behaving like a very worldly man. What is his business? Writing, printing books and selling them and making money. Why is he doing like this? So Prabhupada says, they may think I am also a fruity worker like them, but there is a big difference between karma and akarma. What Prabhupada is doing is akarma, and Prabhupada has come to teach us akarma. But others are doing karma. So Prabhupada is laughing that people don't understand that what I am doing the work, even though it looks very similar to what they are doing. Busy, Prabhupada is not relaxing, he's saying, oh, I have become spiritual, now I have no more work to do. No, he's more busy than the worldly man. Untiring, Prabhupada is working. But Prabhupada says there's a difference between karma and akarma. And then he wrote how India has changed. In the olden days, sadhus received great reception. And sadhus, if they have a project, everybody was willing to finance them. But here, Prabhupada approached a wealthy industrialist, but he has become so poor-hearted that he is not willing to support. For him, the money was very small. But the industrialist says, no, I cannot support such activities. So Prabhupada says, they think they are wealthy industrialists, but actually they have become poor-hearted. They are really poor at heart. Prabhupada wrote like that. Anyway, book distribution continued. There was some Manohar Lal Jain, who was a book distributor, book seller. He was very successful. Prabhupada spent a lot of time with him discussing strategies on how to distribute books, how to be successful. And Manohar Lal Jain recollected to see Prabhupada as a very serious, shining man who was effulgent and who was very committed to his work. And he says, no one like him I have seen before. And then Prabhupada got a chance to meet Lal Bahadur Shastri, the then Prime Minister. He also appreciated, but he was very busy, no time. He took one copy. He said, very good. He gave a small letter of appreciation. That's again back to Radha Damodar. Prabhupada starts writing third volume. So Prabhupada wrote, see this from the screen I am reading. You cannot check all these evils of society simply by statutory acts of police vigilance. But you have to cure the disease of mind by proper medicine, namely teaching Brahminical culture or principles of austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truth. See, this is Brahminical culture. What is Brahminical culture? Principles of austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truth. If you see in 18th chapter, Brahma Karma Swabhavajam, Krishna gives in one shloka 9 qualities of a Brahmana. It starts with Shamo, Dhamma, Tapa, Shaucham, Shantir, Arjavam, Evacha, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikyam, Brahma Karma Swabhavajam. That is the quality of a Brahman. So Prabhupada says these qualities we want to cultivate in the society, and that will solve the evils of society. These 9 qualities of Brahmana, that is called Brahminical culture. See, today in the name of Varnashrama, all nonsense is being spoken. Nobody has any interest or even curiosity to know what it is. Even before knowing what it is, they start blabbering some nonsense because they have some hidden agenda or they really do not understand. The moment you talk about caste system, this is not caste system. Varna, there are only 4 Varnas we are talking about. And that Varna is not by birth. It is based on qualities and work. Krishna says very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. And if you understand how this Varnashrama was zealously protected by the kings, otherwise Varnashrama is not possible. See, Brahmana is doing his own work, Kshatriya doing his own work, Vaishya doing his own work, Shudra. That is not the way society should be. They should all be doubted. What the Brahmana does, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, all their work should be doubted. And Brahmana is the head of that organism, society. And others are coordinating as shoulders, stomach, and legs. Then the whole society will advance from an inferior guna to a higher guna, from tamo guna to rajo to sattva. The whole society. Shudra is the bulk of the population, not only now, in any society. Shudra is the bulk of the population. He is in tamoguna, darkest ignorance. How to raise him? You cannot directly teach him. He is not interested in scriptures, but how to elevate him? This is what the ancient seers were thinking. This is what Krishna was thinking. This is what the Parampara was thinking. How to elevate the Shudra? See, Brahmana is elevated, no need. Kshatriya, very powerful administrator. He is independent and is working under the guidance of Brahmana. He is ruling, he is collecting taxes and he is administering. And there is the Vaishya who is doing business and acquiring wealth, and his business is mainly from Krishi Goraksha Vanijya. He is maintaining cows, he is doing agriculture, he is trading in these products, and so Shudra is the bulk of the population who is in complete tamogun, and he doesn't know what to do unless somebody will tell him to do something. Shudra is always worried from where my food will come, from where my sense gratification will come. I want to have a family. I want to have children. I want to celebrate festivals. I want to bring up my children nicely. I want to get them married. These are the only thoughts for a Shudra. Shudra has no concept of soul. So how to elevate this fellow who has fallen into the deepest ignorance? Varnashrama helps. In Varnashrama, Shudra is assisting Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya. And in that way of assisting, they also get elevated. That's why Krishna says, Striyo Vaishyastada Sudras, Tepiyanti Paramgati. People who are inferior by birth, they can also reach the highest. How is it possible? Only by Varnashrama system. And in Varnashrama system, what is important is Brahminical culture only. And that is what Prabhupada wants to teach, Brahminical culture. Okay. And so Prabhupada says, we must always remember that false pride, undue attachment to women, intoxication of all types will cripple the human civilization from real peace, though all may clamor for it. In the world today, in the form of United Nations or etc., everybody wants peace. Here there is a war going on already between Palestine and Israel. Now again, Iran and Iraq, it is becoming warming up. Tension is growing. And on the other side, Ukraine and Russia, we have forgotten that war is also going on. The world is full of wars. And within the same country also, there are the terrorists, the rebels, and the established government. War is going on. And in the process, people are all suffering. They want real peace. But you cannot have until Brahminical culture is developed. Prabhupada says, my mission is to bring Brahminical. Mission of ISKCON is to bring Brahminical culture and cow protection. He says these are the two main aims. Okay. Anyway, finally for printing volume 3, he goes to Sumati Morarji. She is in Bombay. Does anybody know who she is?
The one who granted permission, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhupada.
Yes. She is the proprietrix of Scindia Steamship Company. Scindia Steamship Company. They have all cargo vessels. They do, moving cargo across the world. They have regular sailings from India to America, London, and all these places. So Prabhupada went to her first time for printing volume 3, and they did not allow him to meet her only. She is busy, she is busy, she is busy. Prabhupada said, if she is busy, all right, I am not busy. I will sit on the steps of your company. Scindia steps, huge steps, many steps going up, and the building is on top, and madam is there. Prabhupada sat on the steps only. A saffron man with his danda and all, he's sitting, and everybody was seeing curiously what is happening. So finally, madam came and saw, hey, why is this Swamiji sitting here? Bring him. Then Prabhupada, with a smile, he went to her and explained, I want help for printing volume 3. He showed the manuscripts. Madam said immediately, yes, I will support you, go ahead. With this assurance, Prabhupada came back to Vrindavan. Now money is ready. So he's busy. Always he's busy. Now he's more busy completing volume 3 as quickly as possible. And Janmashtami 1964 was approaching. That means Prabhupada's 68th birthday is approaching. Correct? So Prabhupada held a nice celebration in Radha Damodar temple. UP governor attended. So Prabhupada was invited to governor's house for a kirtan. Prabhupada went. There was a big bhajan group, and Prabhupada met one young man called Shishir Bhattacharya. He was also one of the singers, but he is disciple from some other sampradaya. He's not a disciple of Prabhupada or anything, but Prabhupada met him there. They became friends. Okay. Then Prabhupada met a man called Mr. Agarwal, a businessman. And Prabhupada immediately came to know that he has a son settled in America with an American wife. His son's name is Gopal Agarwal. So Prabhupada told him, hey, you have a son there, then why don't you ask him to sponsor my visit? Because I cannot get a visa. I have no money. So somebody should sponsor me from that side. Will you ask your son? Stranger completely. Agarwal said, yes, I will ask him. Prabhupada forgot all about it. Because Prabhupada has told this to many people in the past. So he told Agarwal also. And he did not know. And Prabhupada in the meantime was trying to raise money for his travel by book sale. Failed. Not enough money is coming. Suddenly one day Prabhupada gets a mail from the External Affairs Ministry saying, your NOC to go to USA is ready. So NOC means somebody in America is willing to bear your expenses for some such and such period. So with that, NOC has come. Prabhupada was surprised. Then eventually he came to know Mr. Agarwal has arranged it. Mr. Agarwal was thinking about his son very much. He's in America. He's married to an American woman. He's losing all our culture. At least if a Vaishnava goes from India, spend some time with him, he may mend his ways. Like that his father was thinking. And he's a very obedient son. Because his father asked, he did whatever was necessary. And here is NOC to go to America. But Prabhupada still needs passport. Krishna Pandit said, I will help you that. You remember Krishna Pandit? He is in the Chippiwada Radha Krishna temple. So he said, visa is to be taken. And P form. P form means the bankers must certify that he owes no money to him. That means the letter should circulate to so many banks. And finally, State Bank of India will give a certificate. That's called P form. With that, he can get his passport, etc. And finally, he needs money for his travel. So Prabhupada is struggling. For each of these things, he is struggling. And for going to America, he decided, I cannot fly, simply no money. I cannot sail in a passenger ship, I have no money. So I have to become a free boarder. Somebody should give me a free ticket. So he again thought of Sumati Maharaj, went back to Bombay. Sumati Maharaji, he wanted to meet and request her to send him to America. Krishna Pandit refused to help him to buy a ticket because he said it is a sin to travel to cross the ocean. So he refused. So Prabhupada came to Sumati Maharaji. First he met the secretary of Sumati Maharaji by name Choksi. Choksi said, no, I cannot recommend you because you are an old man, you are in failing health, you will die, you will not get vegetarian food, nobody there will listen to you, they have never heard of Bhagavatam or Krishna, I will not. But somehow he convinced him to go to Sumati Maharaji and plead on his behalf. Choksi finally went. And then he came back saying, no, madam is not agreeing. She says you will die there and she will not sponsor you. So Prabhupada said, you are useless. Get me an interview. I will meet her personally and convince her. Went to her. Big debate. Finally Prabhupada said, don't worry about me. I will take care of myself. You just put me on the ship and send me. Finally she agreed. She said, okay, whenever I have a ship going to America, I will put you on that ship, in a suitable ship. And in the meantime, she said, you give me classes on Bhagavatam. She said, why you are going to America, Swami? You be here. Who wants to hear about Bhagavatam there? You give classes here. I will arrange. You give Bhagavatam classes. So every evening, Prabhupada give her Bhagavatam classes. In the daytime, he will go busy with his visa and PFOM and all these worries. He would go with PFOM. There was a big problem. He went to State Bank of India. They are the consolidating agency. He went to the accountant. Accountant said, no, I cannot give you this NOC. Then finally he met the manager. Manager somehow was convinced that, okay, I'll give you. So Prabhupada got that PFOM also. And Prabhupada is staying in the Scindia quarters. So the compilers of Prabhupada Lilamrt, they met those people who were in Scindia Steamship quarters who met Prabhupada at the time. They have also given some very glowing reports about Prabhupada's humility, simplicity, accessibility, and his great level of knowledge and his steadfastness and determination. Then finally she told him, Prabhupada is becoming unhappy. He's telling Choksi, what is this? Madam is telling, we will see. Why you are not deciding? When you are going to send me to America? So finally, Maharaji scheduled him on a ship, Jaladuta, traveling from Calcutta on August 13, 1965. Mark this date. August 13, 1965 is the date that Prabhupada set sail from Calcutta to America, from the western side, not Japan side. So the ship would go from Calcutta down to Colombo, Sri Lanka, and then come along the western coast of India, come to, I think it was Chennai or Mumbai. I think in Chennai only, somewhere, the books were loaded. The books are still under print. All the finally available, some 200 odd sets of Bhagavatam were all loaded on the ship. Prabhupada was standing on the ship and watching. And
It was in Kochi, Prabhuji. I think Kochi, Prabhuji.
Was it Kochi?
Yes, Prabhuji, Kochi.
Prabhupada was there watching. The books were loading on the ship. Prabhupada became very confident because he thought, Bhagavatam will do the preaching. I am only going to support. Bhagavatam cannot travel. I am carrying Bhagavatam. And Bhagavatam will do the preaching. So books were loaded and the ship was going to set sail. But in the meantime, Prabhupada returned from Bombay to Calcutta. Because the ship is sailing from Calcutta, from Bombay, he took leave from Sumati Maharaji. He came to Calcutta just a few days before departure. In Calcutta, he has his family, his relatives, his friends, his business colleagues, associates, all these people. He did not go to any of them. He has become a sannyasi. He's totally disconnected from all these people. And of all the people, he called Shishir Bhattacharya, who he had met only recently in the governor's house, singing bhajans. He was a young man having his own beliefs. He was not sharing the beliefs of Srila Prabhupada, but still there was a relationship. There was a love, there was a respect, there was concern. So he called Shishir. And Shishir helped Prabhupada in many ways in those remaining few days only to arrange some meetings and all that. Shishir helped. And one day before August 13, that means 12th August, Prabhupada went to Mayapur. And in Mayapur, he went to Chaitanya Gaudiya Mutt, headquarters of Gaudiya Mutt. And there he went to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Samadhi, who is his spiritual master, who only told him in 1922 to go to America. Now the time has come. So Prabhupada is going there to tell him, oh, my dear Guru Maharaj, you ordered me in 1922. At that time, I was just a newly married man. I had one child also. And I was thinking how I am going to execute this. But all that time, I was remembering your orders in my mind. I never forgot. And your instructions were green in my heart always. Now the time has come. Now I'm a sannyasi. I have printed the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in English with detailed purports in 3 volumes, and I am carrying these books to America. Please bless me with success. I am going in your service. Prabhupada took blessings of Saraswati Thakur and then returned to Calcutta. Next day is his departure. So only person who came to see him off in the harbor was Shishir Bhattacharya. There was nobody else. So he went, and what did Prabhupada carry with him? These are all interesting details. You might have seen in some other pictures. You go to Mayapur, there are dioramas. You can see Prabhupada there, climbing on the galley to climb, from the harbor to board the ship. He has to go up a flight of stairs, right? On the stairs, he's carrying a small suitcase, an umbrella in his hand. And in the suitcase, he's carrying some dry cereal and maybe some potatoes to eat. On the ship also, he has to eat for 30, 40 days. The ship would say 38 days. He has to eat. So Prabhupada had only this much preparation. Some dry cereal means maybe some rice Prabhupada was carrying. And umbrella, suitcase. The other cargo is the Srimad Bhagavatam sets. And he did not know what he would eat. He thought he will have some arrangement in the ship to cook and eat. Otherwise, he will have to starve only. In America also, he did not know if only meat is available, he will only starve. He did not know anything at all. He was going. Okay, so this is a big change for Prabhupada. He's too old, bad health, going to an unknown, unwelcoming place. In India, a poor sadhu is respected. There is still respect. The doors open. He could directly access the Prime Minister of the country. Right? A big industrialist, big businessman. He could go directly have interviews with them because sadhus were still respected in India. But going to America, totally unknown place, not welcoming. They don't know what Prabhupada has come for, but Prabhupada is going. So it's a big risk. Again, Janmashtami is nearing. His own 70th birthday is coming. On the ship, he would celebrate his birthday. So that is going to happen. We will see it in the next week. Right? So Shishir and Srila Prabhupada took the taxi to the port. Prabhupada carrying Chaitanya Charitamrita with him on the ship in the suitcase to read on the way. This Chaitanya Charitamrita is not what he wrote. He is going to write it maybe a decade later. Right? And this is the original CC in Bengali he is taking with him. So the ship is black. You can see again, if you go to Mayapur, you can see in the dioramas, the black cargo ship, small ship, old weathered ship, and Prabhupada is going up the stairs. And the sailors are watching curiously. Who is this man? It's a cargo ship. What is this man doing in a cargo ship? Where he's going? So after thousands of years of Krishna's arrival in the world, he was sending a personal messenger to the whole world with his message. He's going. That time, the language was Sanskrit. Now, 5,000 years after Krishna, the language is English. So here is a messenger who is taking the message of Krishna in English to the whole world. So Mr. Bhattacharya recollected later on. What does he say? He was alone. Bhattacharya is saying, Prabhupada was alone, a lone fighter. When he left, there was no one on shore to bid goodbye to him. No one. No friends, no supporters, no disciples, nobody. Even if you call me, I was not his disciple also. I was someone else, not even his follower. But due to shared love, I had very much respect for him. So I was the only person standing on shore to say goodbye. Imagine this scene. This old man going up the ship, never knowing whether he will come back at all, whether he will die. Then Bhattacharya says, I could not know that it was such an important thing. How do you like that? Because now, Bhattacharya is being interviewed by some American people. They have come searching for him. Where is this Shishir Bhattacharya? Because Prabhupada was mentioned in his diary. They are searching for him and they are interviewing him. Bhattacharya is thinking, oh, but because by that time, ISKCON has come to India, Prabhupada has come to India, and Bhattacharya realizes, oh, that one man who went alone, he knew only me. Today, there are so many foreigners who are following him. So he is thinking, I could not know that time that it was such an important thing. Yeah. So with this, we come to the end of today's session. A dream come true. So next week onwards, we'll be seeing Prabhupada's pastimes on the ship and then in New York. So thank you very much. If you have any comments, please. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Did
Hare-
Prabhupada take only the first canto with him, Prabhuji?
First canto in 3 volumes. Only first canto.
So that time the other cantos were not written, Prabhuji?
No, Prabhupada wrote this much later. After going to America, first he wrote small books, then he wrote Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Second time, one time, it was lost already. Alagappa Chettiar was going to print it for him, but he found the manuscript is stolen. So second time, Prabhupada in America, he wrote. Prabhupada never stopped writing till the end of his life. So in America, he again wrote Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita was what was required at that time by the people. So Bhagavatam first, please remember also, Bhagavatam first canto is sufficient for anyone to become a pure devotee. Even though we say 10th canto is Krishna, but Bhagavatam first canto, Prabhupada has given everything that is needed by anyone to become a pure devotee. So special importance is there always to the first canto. That's why we distribute first canto separately to the people, because that's complete. That is complete. So those 3 books of Prabhupada is now consolidated into one book now. So those 3 books only Prabhupada carried, only the first canto of Prabhupada.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, when we read first canto, we are able to understand how much efforts Prabhupada has put in just for Brahmastra. For
Yeah.
Brahmastra, how much description he has given, Prabhuji. So
Yes.
when people read that, they'll get so much convinced about the scriptures and how it works, and everything in detail he has given. And the rulers like Yudhishthira, how they ruled, and in Dwaraka when Krishna comes, everything he has written in so much detail, Prabhuji. It's really
Correct.
amazing.
It's going to
Prabhuji.
come much later also. He would put it there in that is Prabhupada's style, not to give the ultimate conclusion right from the beginning. Bhagavad Gita also is written like that. Bhagavatam is also written like that.
Yes, Prabhuji. Amazing.
And here is some information Meenakshi Shankar Mataji is sharing. PVR Inox will be screening Ram Mandir inauguration across 160 plus cinemas across 70 plus cities of India. Tickets are priced at a flat price of 100, which includes a beverage and popcorn combo. Hopefully it is true, I don't know. Anyway, whatever you do in Ram service, it is for your pious credit, for your spiritual credit, for your bhakti credit, without any doubt. Whatever anyone can do in the service of the Supreme Lord, it is all to our credit. What we can do greater than this? Such an important event is happening. At last, Lord Ram is being recognized in our own country.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. What can you suggest us to do, Prabhuji, on that auspicious time, Prabhuji?
Oh,
Like
chant more rounds.
Krishna, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Or
Yeah.
Jai Sri Ram. We
Yes.
have to write.
No. You chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Why you get confused?
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. You first chant Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. And then you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's it. Chant as many rounds as possible and make more people join you and chant. Man, make more and more people chant the holy names. That's it.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada has left us in no want at all. Prabhupada has made us complete. He has made us perfect. All that we have to do is simply to follow. That's all. Hare Krishna. Jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev ki jai. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat
Jai
pranam,
Shri
Prabhuji.
Ram.
Dandavat
Pranam.
Jai Shri
Hare
Ram.
Krishna.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.